The Tailor's Promise. In a small town full of narrow streets and friendly neighbors, there lived a tailor named Yusuf. His shop was tiny, with a faded blue signboard that read, Yusuf Tailoring, perfect fit, honest work. Yusuf was not famous, but everyone in the neighborhood knew him. He stitched school uniforms, office shirts, traditional clothes, and sometimes even wedding dresses. His work was neat and his prices were fair. Every morning, Yusuf woke up at 5:15 a.m. He performed his prayer, drank a cup of warm tea, and reviewed the list of orders for the day. He always kept a notebook where he wrote every measurement carefully. Accuracy is respect, he often said. At 7:30 a.m., he opened his shop. Sunlight entered through the small window, touching the old sewing machine that had belonged to his father. That machine was more than metal and thread. It was a memory of hard work. The first customer that morning was a schoolboy named Imran. "Uncle, my uniform is torn," Imran said shyly. Yusuf examined the shirt. "Come tomorrow afternoon. It will be ready." Imran looked worried. "Tomorrow is my exam." Yusuf smiled. "Then come in the evening today." Even though he had many orders, Yusuf decided to finish the uniform first. He believed that education was important. As the day continued, customers came and went. A young woman brought cloth for a new dress. An elderly man needed his trousers shortened. A bride-to-be came with her mother to adjust a wedding outfit. Yusuf treated everyone with equal respect. Around noon, his assistant, Kareem, arrived. Kareem was a teenager who wanted to learn tailoring. "Master, why do you measure twice?" Kareem once asked. Yusuf replied, "Because fixing mistakes takes more time than preventing them." Kareem admired Yusuf's patience. In the afternoon, something unexpected happened. A wealthy businessman entered the shop. "I need a suit in 3 days," the man said confidently. "I will pay double." Yusuf checked his order list. His schedule was full. "I am sorry," Yusuf replied politely. "I cannot promise that." The businessman frowned. "I am offering more money." Yusuf stood calmly. "Sir, I have already promised others. If I delay their clothes, it would be unfair." The businessman looked surprised. In many places, money changed decisions, but not here. "Very well," he said finally. "I respect your honesty." After he left, Kareem asked, "Master, why didn't you accept? We need money." Yusuf sighed gently. "Money is important, but trust is more important. If people stop trusting me, I lose everything." That evening, Yusuf worked late to finish Imran's uniform. When the boy came to collect it, his face lit up with happiness. "Thank you, Uncle." "Study well," Yusuf said warmly. When Yusuf finally returned home, his wife Amina served dinner. "You look tired," she said. "I am," Yusuf replied, "but it was a good day." They lived a simple life. Their house was small, but it was filled with peace. Yusuf had one big dream: to open a larger tailoring shop and train poor young people so they could earn a living. He did not talk about his dream often, but he saved a small amount of money every week. Days passed. Weeks turned into months. One rainy season, the town faced heavy flooding. Many shops were damaged. Yusuf's shop was partly flooded too. Some clothes were ruined. Yusuf felt heartbroken. Those clothes belonged to customers who trusted him. Instead of making excuses, he visited each customer personally. "I am sorry," he said honestly. "The flood damaged your cloth. I will replace it." Some customers said, "It was not your fault," but Yusuf insisted. For weeks, he worked without profit, replacing damaged items. It was difficult, but he kept his promise. Slowly, people began talking about his honesty. "He is a man of his word," they said. Business improved. More customers came. not because of advertisements, but because of reputation. One afternoon, the same businessman returned. "I heard about what you did after the flood," he said. "I need a permanent tailor for my company's uniforms. Are you interested?" Yusuf was shocked. It was a big opportunity, steady income, and large orders. He discussed it with Amina that night. "This could help us achieve your dream," she said. Yusuf nodded thoughtfully. "Yes, but I must maintain quality." He accepted the offer. With the extra income, Yusuf expanded his shop after a year. He bought 2 new sewing machines and officially hired Kareem. On the first day of the new shop opening, Yusuf placed his father's old sewing machine in the corner. Kareem asked, "Why keep this old machine?" Yusuf smiled, "Because it reminds me where I started." Soon, Yusuf began training 2 more young boys who could not afford school. He taught them stitching, measuring, and most importantly, honesty. "Skill makes you good," he told them. "Character makes you respected." One evening, as Yusuf closed his bigger shop, he looked around with gratitude. He was still a tailor. He still measured cloth. He still stitched shirts and dresses. But his daily life had created something powerful. Not through shortcuts, not through greed, but through discipline, honesty, and keeping promises. At dinner, his son asked, "Father, are you successful now?" Yusuf thought for a moment. "Success is not about a big shop," he said gently. "It is about sleeping peacefully at night." That night, Yusuf lay in bed feeling grateful. His hands were rough from years of work. His back sometimes hurt, but his heart was light. He had learned that daily life is not boring. It is a series of small choices, choosing honesty over greed, choosing patience over anger, choosing responsibility over excuses. And those small choices slowly build a meaningful life. The next morning, Yusuf woke up before sunrise again. He opened his shop, measured cloth carefully, and began stitching, just like every other day. But this ordinary day carried extraordinary value, because when you respect your work, keep your promises, and serve people sincerely, even the simplest life becomes a story worth telling.